Hey, everybody. Welcome to a book club Tuesday. I think that's how today is going to go. But it's okay. We're here for it, right? Thank you, Fawn, Heather, Maris. Thank you for joining. I'm so happy to have you guys here for the book club. If you're here for Q&A, please hang out because what people have been telling me, I've received a lot of messages after the show, sometimes right after the show, sometimes days after the show, that the messages coming through during book club answered questions that they had. So even if you showed up because you thought you wanted to ask a question, hang out for book club. It is really changing. Changing the dynamics and answering questions and helping with uh, lives in general. So, what if, what if a transformational journey was is a book that was channeled? I channeled this book, and it I put each question in the order I was guided to do. And from there, just it's here. I don't know why I cannot talk this morning, and I apologize for that. During this show, I will be taking callers to discuss today's question. Every Monday, I go live for the show, uh, and answer questions and connect with people. So I'm going to depend on you guys to do a lot of talking today based on the intro. So today's question, let's get into it. Don't get scammed. I'll never reach out to you. Um, Today's question, what if you came here to help return this planet or plane? But in the book, it's written, what if you came here to help return this planet to love by being love? Now, the way this is stated is so important because we think and we believe love is something we give and receive. It's something we feel. It's something external to us in a lot of cases. But what if, and I do believe that it is something that we can allow to flow to other people and we can allow to flow to us. I do believe it is, though I believe it is who we are at our core. It's our essence. Now, you do not need a copy of the book to join book club because the question I just asked, that is what we are going to discuss through the whole book club. If you would like a copy, Rebecca has been kind enough to put all the links in the chat. Okay. If you want to discuss today's question, yep, Shailene is calling. You can call in and I will allow you to discuss today's question. What if you came here to help return this planet to love by being love? So anybody who wants to call in, let's call in. Rebecca is calling in. Anybody else wanting to call in and discuss, please do it. You call in. Heather's here. You call in via Podbean, which again, Rebecca has been so amazing to put in the links on YouTube. So you can go ahead and do that. So let's get started. Shailene, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. You called in first. What would you like to say about this question?
I'm nervous. Can you let somebody go first?
Mhm. Oh, yes, love. No problem. Okay,
I apologize.
you can go ahead and mute yourself for a second. And you know what? I normally talk a little bit before I have everybody else talk. So here's what I'm going to say. I really do believe we are love. We are an energetic being with a physical exterior, but that physical, and don't apologize, love, don't worry. That physical exterior, if we get a big enough microscope, we can see right through it, which is, that tells us that it might also be somewhat energetic. But we are energetic beings here having a physical experience. Our energy can range from very low frequencies or energetic vibes to very high energetic vibes. The place that we sit personally, energetically, is where what we give and receive. Hey, Fawn, thanks for joining on Podbean. And we're going to bring Fawn in also. Now, if we are love at our core, how much of that we open up to the world at any given moment is what we're giving. And there are a lot of things that can happen in our life as children and as adults that can keep us guarded and um, not want to be our full expression of who we truly are, which is love. Now, the question today: what if you came here to help return this planet to love by being love? If the planet is love, and there's so much I can say on this, because first and foremost, there are so many different theories about how we're here, why we're here, what we're supposed to do here. If this planet is love at its core, as we are, and again, it's the frequency of everybody on the planet, which, fear has been a very, very big theme for quite some time. There are always things going on that can put us in that space of fear. The idea is to get in that space where we know no matter what, we are okay. Nothing can harm us in the way we think it can. And to be that love that we came here to be, to be the expression of spirit, if you will. I'm gonna Rebecca, can you talk right now?
Yes, I can.
Excellent.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Rebecca.
Hi. I will answer this question. Let's see. What if you came here to help return at this planet to love by being loved? Well, when I came into this planet, I don't think I felt the love. When I lost my mother, I had anger. Of course, I was going through anger, grief, heartbroken. And then I met Tony Green. And I listened to a couple shows there. I asked a question, had some clearing, and I'm starting to understand at 50, almost 50 years old, love. I feel love now. My mom's gone. I'm letting go of the anger. I'm learning how to love my children more, as in, I always love my children, but understanding them, because it's a life cycle that you go through, like up and downs, like a roller coaster. And I'm trying to learn how to be patient with them by giving them love. And not just that, I feel like I used to be a person that was always angry because I didn't receive, which I thought, the love when I was a little girl, because I was not treated the same way as my siblings or anybody else. Not like the black sheep in the family. I hope you guys can hear me. And then, But once losing my mom, and like I said, meeting Tony Green, I have opened up a lot more. And the love gives me like this weird feeling in my body. It's so weird. But I can feel it also when I'm at work. I work part-time at retail. And when I'm helping the customers or my coworkers, I can feel it. And it's like, I'm no longer that negative person. I like listening to them and just being there for them. If they ask me a question, I answer. My life has totally changed. I see life totally different. And I love myself more every single day. I appreciate every day. And I am so thankful now. And everything I feel God putting Tony Green in my life, like letting go of that anger, and I'm starting to open up and listening, learning from everybody else too.
Well,
Sorry,
first,
I'm all over the place.
no. I love that, Rebecca. And thank you so much. And I do believe, for all of us, including me, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And we are all teachers. Everything, I've had so many teachers. My hypnosis instructor, who was literally a teacher, but touched, like, just in such profound ways, changed my life. And so we all have teachers, and when we're ready to transcend or transform or ascend, we're open to seeing those people and having them in our life and experiencing the next step. Now, Rebecca, I want to ask you, since and here's the thing, it's it's very, we all go through things. We all go through the trauma. We all go through different things, different times, some of the same things, some same time frames in our life. When and here's what I want everyone to get. As you start to heal, right? And as you start to be more love or trust to be more love, however you want to say this, do you notice a difference in your, let's just say, start with your home? Do you notice your home being brighter? Do you notice your plants flourishing more? Do you know do you know? Because then once you notice it in your home, you can notice it in your environment and in the world. So it's that whole, what you are or how you feel, because a lot of people know, I feel sad, I feel uh, angry, I feel this. And that feeling of what you're feeling or what you are in that moment goes through your environment, whether it be your home, your work, your whatever. But when you start to heal the anger, the upset, all the things, when you start to heal that and you start to feel love, happiness, joy. And I'm not saying we're going to wake up every morning and float out of bed and float to the kitchen and not need caffeine, because we all might need that caffeine. I'm saying you just start to feel more peaceful, you feel more settled. Do you notice that everything in your home starts to, like, change? Things aren't breaking as much, or have you noticed that, Rebecca? And everybody else on the line, we're going to get to you. And if you are on Podbean and you want to call in, we'll get to you. Everybody gets a chance to talk. Okay, Rebecca, go ahead.
Yes, I do.
Mm.
My gardener actually planted bushes all around my front yard.
Yes.
I said, oh, that's going to take years for it to grow. He goes, it's going to take a while. And I tell my kids, every time I leave to work, I look at my house and I go, what a blessing. Thank you, God. And my kids are like, Mom, look how big the bush. I go, I told you, they're growing. They're so big. And I'm like, it's, I'm just so thankful. And everything in life, no matter what it is, let me give you an example.
Yeah.
I'm currently looking for a job and I'm submitting applications. And once I get, let's say last night, I got one to say, thank you for applying, but you're not a candidate, blah, blah, blah. I don't go, oh, I'm sad. Oh, it's going to put me down. I'm like, you know what? The time when it's right, God is going to put me in that.
Yes.
And so right now, this is what it is. I just have to open my faith and keep moving forward. And yes, I see a lot of changes and everything. The other day that we had the rain and thunderstorm and lightning, people are scared. I used to be scared. I don't know more. I stand there and I look at it and I'm like, how beautiful. This is so cute. Sorry, I might sound crazy, but it sounds so beautiful. My granddaughter goes, Grandma, the people from heaven are crying. I go, no, baby. My mom, I think she's dancing in those puddles right now.
Yeah,
So everything's different for me now.
yes. Yes. And sometimes when we're in the middle of transformation and we're looking for a new job, we might not find that new position right away because we need to get to that place where we're going to be, um, that is on the level we're going to be at, so that when we, like, if you get a job now and you're halfway through your transformation and you're healing, then the job you get might be there. But if you like wait a little bit and that breakthrough crumbs comes, I'm sorry about my speech this morning, you guys. Just know the word I'm trying to say. It comes, then you will be at that level with that position. But I do believe, again, right timing, right space, right position, right people. I so believe in that. I do. And if you're not getting those positions, it's because um it's, you may be above that, like not in an egoic way, but where you're going can be in a space where you want that position or that home or that whatever that is matching where you're going to be in that healed space, if that makes sense. I hope it does for everybody. So yes. Yes. Thank you, Rebecca, so much for sharing. Okay, this is where I just say whomever would like to go next. And I saw somebody come in on Rebecca, Shailene. Hey, Noel, if you want to call in and you can, go ahead and call in. Miss N, if you want to call in, go ahead. And then I think Kyle. Kyle, if you want to call in, there was one other person on here. Roberto, you can go ahead and call in if you want to. Sorry, I'm kind of going through Podbean and making sure everybody feels invited. Okay, who wants to go next and talk about what this means for them and what actions they would take?
I can go next.
Okay.
You ready for me?
Yeah, Fawn, go ahead.
Good afternoon. This is Fawn.
Hey, Fawn.
Let it down. I completely believe this, and I believe that we don't really realize when we first come here. Sometimes at the beginning, we don't really know that we're here for love.
Yeah.
But as we start through life, and we are handed so many different lessons along the way, and we start to wake up and start to observe the behaviors that are around us and get a bigger sense of a bigger picture of why we're here, and we start to connect within to our soul, that leads us back to the love. Because when we first came here, of course, we're newborns, like you said before, and we are love, right? That's why we all love newborns. We love to hold them. It's like heaven.
And the way, even the way we,
having my kid was the best thing ever in my life.
Yeah, like, and when you think of newborns, like newborns have a smell. It's like puppies and newborns. They have this smell even that is still, we can't explain it, right? Like we just want to hold them close and like inhale them in. It's that smell of, I don't know, innocence or purity or heaven or whatever it is, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yes,
That's
yes.
how I feel. So I feel like we come here and we're that perfect little innocent, beautiful love baby. But then we go straight into our families that we have chosen before we came here to get the lessons. And we start to get all these lessons, but during those lessons, we may have lost that feeling that we came with, that pure love that we have. It's like, I think you explained it with the vibration. I loved your video. I watched it this morning because I couldn't be on yesterday, about the vibration and how you can be this yellow thing, but a cloud comes over. And it's kind of like that. Like everything that happens to you in your life actually takes you away from that love. But if you can actually be eventually woke up and I hate to say it that way, but it's kind of true, to realize that there's more to life than just living here every day on a daily working, doing this and doing that, that there's actually a bigger mission that we came here for, which was love. And it was always love. And it was to try to show the love by being the love. And like you said, being joyful, being everything, embracing everything as love, like the animals and the nature. And like, it's all love, right? But we just get so distorted and so messed up when we come here that we have to go back to that. And that's why we're here with you, Tony, because a lot of us were led to you, like she said. I am in the middle of transformation. You guys all know that. My transformation is way bigger than this. There's so much going on right now. And I appreciate everything I've been put through. But if I hadn't woke up, you might stay in that state of just living daily in your ego every day. And those are the people that we're encountering in our life that are narcissists or different things that are still getting their lessons either from us or we're still getting lessons from them. Because like you said, we're teachers too. Like
Yeah.
I may give you guys some great information when I'm just speaking here, or I may not. You know, I always say take what resonates when I do my videos because it's the truth. You have to say, does this resonate with me? Is this real? So the vibration is very, very important. So once we go back to ourselves and we just start to focus on the self-love first. Self-love. What's destroying our love? What is in our field that is actually bringing us down? That is a great place to start, right? And that's where I started a couple of years, like 4 years ago. I've lost 72 pounds. I'm completely healthy now. I've completely changed my life because I chose to, because I knew that my path was not supposed to be about, I was also drinking a bunch of alcohol because I got on that path of the ego and trying to destroy myself. You really got to get to a place where you wake up. And I'll tell you what, God will wake you up. He will wake you up. And if you don't get it the first time, he will wake you up again. So it's all good. And that's all I have to say.
No, I get it. And there's so much I want to say to that. So first, I think people, the more, as we grow up, as we're being brought up, people tell us what they think we should do, who they think we should be, how they think we should act. We're in school and they're telling us what we're supposed to learn, what career will be best. But the more we can get in the pattern of getting up every day and doing something that we love and living that experience of being able to get up and be around people we love, people we care about, doing things we love and we care about. So many people wake up every day and it's very robotic. It's a very much a system of get up, get ready, go to a job I don't like or want, have a boss I don't like or want, and go into and spend like the majority of your day there, and then end up going home and cooking for a family that you feel like does not appreciate you and not asking for help, not sitting down and talking about it. The sooner we can come out of that, or having external family members, maybe parents or whom siblings or whomever, that are not loving the same way we love, are not expressing the same way we are. And then we end up in this place where we become the shell of who we are because we're not bringing our authentic self because we've chosen a different road than that. And I just want to say, Shailene, I'm so sorry for your loss. I'm so sorry for what happened. And I know that so many people are experiencing so much loss right now, but to lose your daughter in that way, we are all so sorry for that, love. We are so sorry. And one of the things I believe is we are always supposed to find our way back to the understanding, if we can, or the love of it. And that can be very challenging for us to do. And I'm really sorry that you went through that. I can't imagine, as I'm sure anybody who's listening right now cannot imagine. And there are certain things we can't, certain words we're not allowed to say on social media, and the M word, unfortunately, is one of them. But I'm so sorry that your daughter was unalived by someone else. And I can't imagine how somebody can.
Sorry too. I just want to say I'm so sorry too. That is the hardest thing. The hardest thing.
Yeah, I can't imagine how you can bring yourself back and the sense of safety that was taken from you. Go ahead, Shailene.
So I've had so much safety taken from me, right? If you knew a lot of part of my life, but I accepted it. If you know what that makes sense, even though I knew I was hurting inside and I was stuffing, I was accepting of whatever happened, right? But then that just like, haha.
Yeah, and
oh,
I'm
so,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
oh, so have you ever felt like you've had a water bottle to let the air out slowly, right? So you know you've been for the past couple of years you're being worked on, right? And then all of a sudden when that big thing comes and puts a lid on it,
Yeah,
but you're scared to open that lid because you think once you open that lid that she's not gonna be there no more. You understand and you're trying to let it go though. And the reason why you're trying to let it go for you. You understand, for you. So you don't have that block. So you don't constantly feel this. You understand what I'm saying? So that's where in the midst of what I'm going through right now, so I could push through. You understand?
yeah,
And I'm hearing you wonderful people right now. You guys have so many different experiences, which is helping me so much, and the bigger power overall. But my goodness.
I'm gonna say, Shailene, we expect to lose our parents even though we don't want to. It's a natural course of life. We don't want to lose our parents. We expect to when it happens, especially if they're a little older. We kind of we're expecting it, so we're prepared. But to lose a child, and I have had family members and friends lose children at all different ages. That's something.
My condolences.
Oh, thank you. But
My condolences.
that's something that shocks our system in a way that cannot that we cannot always know how to handle. And I'm gonna, for you and everybody listening, and I'm not going to limit it to children, to our children, but I'm going to say anybody who's suffered this loss, and we're going to do some healing on this right now. We're going to heal the trauma. We're going to pull the trauma, pull the grief. We're going to pull the shock and the fear that it caused for everybody, and the sorrow, because there's this pure sorrow that comes with this loss. And this, yeah, just having, when we lose someone who is younger, there are all the plans that we had, or every time a milestone comes along, or somebody's child is doing this or doing that, and you think back to your child not doing that. And the thing is, and I know it sounds so callous, but when they're up there, when they're in heaven, when they're home, they're looking down on us, and the last thing they want is for us to suffer. They don't want, and not saying don't suffer because you're making them feel bad or look bad or whatever. That if you were up there and you were looking down, the last thing you would want is your daughter suffering over you going home. And they feel the same way, but I understand your suffering right now. And we're just going to keep pulling this from us, from all of us, because we've all had loss of siblings, that and family members and friends that have changed us, that have changed the core of who we are and how we operate. It really have. But when we can get back to that space where we can kind of, I don't want to say function, but we're in a space where we're okay. We're okay again. It can make it a little a little better for us, a little better, because the one thing is we do have to survive the rest of the time we're here, right? Whatever years you have left, Shailene, whatever years you have left on this planet, you want to have them in a way where you are surviving and hopefully thriving also, right, love?
Yes.
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 So
Like now I'm in a place now where this is okay. So this is my roadblock. You understand what I mean? So and it's slowly little popping off, because this is actually the most that I've actually like spoke and felt about it. You understand what I mean? Like, ah, like, but with such releaseness. You understand what I'm saying?
yes. Yes.
Like,
Yes.
ugh,
We are all so sorry for what you've gone through, love, and I know everybody who's here will pray for you and will send you love energetically. I know that for a fact, love. I know that. I know that they will. Shailene, I want you to stay on the line. I'm going to go to either Heather or Noelle right now, but I want you to stay on the line. Stay with us. Stick with the show. We're going to, we will come back to you again. But I want to give everybody the opportunity to kind of give their feelings on today's question. So, Heather or Noelle, whoever wants to go next,
Hey,
please.
Connie.
Hey, how are you?
Good, it's Heather.
Good, good.
I just wanted to tell Shailene she was making me cry because it took me back to when I was losing all of our family members and that
Oh,
little spurt where we lost like 5 people.
yeah, I think it's devastating when things like that happen.
Yeah.
Just devastating. And I know we can understand for other people, but that journey of grief and pain is one that feels like such a solo journey. We think nobody understands it the way we are going through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, Heather, today's question, what is your take on that? How do you feel about it?
I agree with what everybody's been saying. Like when we were kids, you know, like whenever I was a little girl, like I felt like everybody loved me and everything. But then whenever I got into like my teenage years, I was like a little rebellious child, like we all are. I got into like drugs and, you know, I tried to commit suicide and like all this stuff. And I'm like looking back and I'm like, what was I doing?
What was I thinking, right? Yeah.
Now I have, you know, kids of my own and it's like they're going through it or their friends are going through the same stuff. And like, I just want to like grab them and like shake them and be like, wake up, you know, like this isn't right. But I know they have to go through their own lessons like I had to. But it's crazy seeing like it all happening again in everybody else's life. Just I don't know, like
No, yeah, I absolutely get it. And it's interesting, like at that age, there was when you were going through that, no one could have said anything to you that would have changed it. It was something that had to click inside of you, something that had to happen for you. And the same as with everyone else. Like they're in this space and something inside of them has to click. Sometimes there's not that magic word that can change it. So that is something to really um to to kind of understand. But being there for people can make a big difference for them too,
Yeah.
which is always important. Um, I do think, and I'm going to say this, when we lose people, and for the longest time, when up until 2000, actually it was 99, when people would pass, I would think, no, no, no. I was never sad, no matter who the person was, because I knew they were going to such a better place. I knew they were going, and I don't know how I knew that. I just, well, I do know now, but then I was just like, no, why are you sad? They're in the most amazing place now. And I was a bit younger then, obviously. Um, but the first person that passed that had such a significant change on me was the person who was my first boyfriend. We were not together any longer, but when he passed, it was such a shock to my system. Even the way it was told to me completely shocked my system. And that from there, it kind of changed my perspective. But he came to me in many dreams and at many times. And he showed me what happened to him, um, which was also very shocking anyway. But yeah, so I know that once we can know that they're safe and they're in a good place, and we can recenter ourselves, then we can be in that place. And I think sometimes when people pass, it's to show us a few things. We could lose somebody quickly, so we should appreciate and love people while they're here in the way that we can. That doesn't mean allowing them to walk over us. I'm very big on love is not abuse, and abuse is not love. When we're here, and I was thinking about this morning. You can love someone so much, and sometimes we think that because we love this person this much, that maybe they love us this much. That's not always the case. Um, but sometimes, but it's okay. But I'm very big on just understanding, and it took a while to get here. It took a while to get to this point where love does, just because we are love and we are a good person and a loving person, it doesn't mean allowing people to be in our life that will be less than loving to us, because the first person we love is ourselves. And if we do allow people into our life that are not completely loving, that are not completely kind with us, we will start to lose that love for ourselves, because we start to think of ourselves the way we are being treated by others. We start to believe the treatment that we are receiving, and it will show up in the way we literally, in the way that we look. We will start to lose our glow, our energy, that bright light that people talk about. Oh, she's glowing. When we are loved in the right way, we glow. When we have that love for ourselves, we glow. When we are in relationships that the people in those relationships are not loving us in the way they're supposed to, it doesn't matter if they're capable of it or not. It does not matter if they are capable of it or not. What matters is what that does to us as a person, what it does to us as a human being, and what it does to our ability to not only love ourselves, but love others at that point, to function appropriately. So, I stand on love, be love for yourself, fill yourself with that love. And if you're in a space, if you're in a space where you are healing from something, uh, getting back in balance, that may not be the time to be in a situation with somebody. You can take that time for yourself. Never feel obligated to somebody else over yourself, because I will we've all heard you cannot pour from an empty cup. If you don't have it to give, and people come in so many times to take, and if you don't have it to give, they're just going to deplete you more. So it's okay to spend that time to heal, to repair, to be in that space of love for yourself. And Shailene, thank you so much for all the gifts you're sending. I really do appreciate that. I'm going to do another clearing right now, that anything stopping or blocking us from healing on any level, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, every single level, we're going to heal, clear, release that now. We're going to pull it from everyone. We're going to allow this to release. Hey, Pat. Pat is on YouTube and can't get onto Podbean. And she says, it's the first time here. Godspeed, soothing the heart to this mother and her devastating loss. That's for you, Shailene. That's Pat from YouTube is sending you that love. Okay, crazy lady. There was one other person that joined in, Nikki Nicole. If anybody else wants to call in, they absolutely can. And we will allow everybody to have a chance to talk about today's question, which is what if you came here to help return this planet to love by being love? Noelle, can you talk right now?
Yes, hi.
Hey, Noelle.
Hi.
Hi.
My heart goes out to Shailene as well, and sending prayers.
Thank you, Noelle. That's very kind. Thank you.
I consider myself so fortunate because I felt like I had so much love for my parents as a child and growing up that it really filled my heart and made it still makes me get through the hardest times, times that we've all gone through where we feel like we can't make it another day. And I always lean on that love that my parents have given me. And Tony knows about this. I was in a bad relationship. I needed to get out of it. And Tony really helped me to take that big leap out of the door, which was for many reasons a challenge. And the one, along with Tony's help, was I wanted to see my mother so badly. And just to feel that love that my mom always gives me. So the question for me today, I really reflect on is how important my parents have been in my life and how fortunate I've been.
Yeah. And Noelle, and thank you for sharing that. And thank you. Shailene, can you put your daughter's name in the chat so we can all send her love? I always want to show respect to passed on loved ones by at least having their first name. And so if you could put her Celia. Thank you, Shailene. When I think sometimes whether you're brought up with really healthy parents and in healthy dynamics, or unhealthy parents or unhealthy dynamics, one thing I will stand on is when we come into this planet, we are here to learn certain things. We go through certain lessons and trials and tribulations and experiences that help to show us what love is and what love isn't, what we want and what we don't. And I will say that I think this life And I know it sounds, because a lot of people don't even have the emotional strength to think about this, because when I talk to people, most people are saying, I never want to come back. This is it. I'm done. After this life, I am done. Because it's not only, if you believe in reincarnation, maybe not only the heaviness of this life, but many other lives. But one of the things that I will say is that if we've gone through a lot of balancing in this life, a lot of trials, a lot of tribulation, a lot of pain in this life, then it may be preparing us for our transformation into the next existence, which may be as a higher being that is guiding others through what they're going through.
So, I know some stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I know my time is limited. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I'm okay with that. You understand what that?
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying by that? And I'm okay with that because I know where I'm gonna go. And I know there's a reason why I'm being cleansed from what has happened since back then until now. And I know this was the roadblock to push through what it is I need to release, because I do have some things that are going on. But okay. You guys gave me a big release. Like, you don't understand.
They do. I know. I'm smiling because I'm so happy that you had this release, and I know, and everybody could unmute themselves and say, we've had the release while we've been on here.
Yes, that's
Oh
true.
my consciousness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and yes, Shailene, last Tuesday show, after this show, when we're done today, I want you to go to the last What If show, which was last Tuesday's show. And I want you, there is a meditation in there, and anybody on here, they were here for the meditation, and they can tell you, I think it would be amazing for you to do that meditation. I think it would really help you to have more breakthroughs, not only from your daughter, but from your childhood, from your adulthood, it would help. And I'm not saying doing it once is going to be enough. You may need to do it a couple times, which, you know what? No matter how much I transform, I believe our souls are ever evolving. They're continually evolving and growing into whatever height we want to take them. So I want to say,
Okay.
yeah.
Ooh.
So you can do that again and again and again and again and again and again until you are bursting out of not only who you were, not only who you wanted to be, but you're bursting out of who you never even imagined you could be. Hey, 4Q, thanks for joining the room. And you're bursting into this completely new existence that you never thought was possible. And it doesn't happen for everyone like that. It's a transition where all that was can fade away. And before you know it, you are seeing and understanding things in a whole new way. And sometimes that just is being able to feel safe, just loving yourself again, liking yourself again, right?
Oh
Yeah,
my
go ahead,
goodness.
Shailene.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what to be? Oh my goodness. Everything, you've been so on top of everything from the beginning. Like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Keep speaking. Oh my goodness.
And you know what? I believe everybody who comes on this show, you, Noelle, Rebecca, Fawn, Heather, everybody else, usually Catherine and Shelley are here. Pat, I believe anything that anybody says, whether it's in the chat, in the comments, or if they call in, it's touching someone someplace, and it's giving them maybe that light bulb moment, or that, like, oh my gosh, somebody else understands this. And it's not always easy sharing our most vulnerable moments. It's not always easy sharing, once I like what Heather shared this morning. I know it's not always easy coming on and talking about that and putting that out there for everybody. However, for somebody who might be thinking about that, and then to hear, oh, it was just a moment, and then my life changed and everything is better now, is everything. It's everything. So I'm so grateful for every Rebecca and Heather and Fawn and Noelle and anybody else, and you, Shailene, who come on and can speak their authentic true self in a way that may change the direction or a choice or the way somebody feels about themselves. Now, I do want to say, because I want to go a little bit back to the question of what if you came here to help return this planet to love by being love? I'm going to say this, and I want everybody to just close, if you can, close your eyes and feel this statement. What you are, how you are, what you feel is what your environment is, and how your whole environment feels. So let's just say if you're sitting in your office, in your kitchen, in your home, and how you feel right now is the energy going through that. I'm going to ask that the angels come in and pull and cleanse the energy to dissolve any negativity that might be going on right now in your energetic field, but then in your home's energetic field. And I literally feel myself shaking right now. So, you guys, if your body starts shaking, if you feel like, oh, you know that I can't even believe I was able to do that. I'm so sorry. Like that, just shaky, like you're so cold, you're shivering, or just like you're so angry, and they're taking all of this anger or all of this just frustration. And it's weird because I have little fists up, and I speak with my hands, but I very rarely will ever make fists. But whatever it is, they're going to pull this for you. Whatever it is that you need, they're going to pull it from you and your environment. And the one thing I can say is I can help you to pull from your environment and your energy. And then we have to change our thoughts. We have to change our mind. We have to decide to have new thought patterns and new mind direction. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, we're going to now heal, clear, release any negativity first, any negative thoughts, programs, and beliefs. And we're going to start transforming those into positive, healthy ones. And anytime a negative thought comes in, we're going to allow a positive thought. We're going to go to something positive and happy. And it's not easy at first, but we'll get there. And every time it will happen. And I'm going to say, that as we go from minute to minute, then we can go from hour to hour, and then we can go from day to day. And then we can go from week to week. And we're not living in that minute to minute situation, just surviving this minute to get to the next minute, to get to the next. And we're all going through things, whether it's a health thing, whether it's a loss, and it doesn't matter how long ago the loss happened. So we're going to pull all of this and heal it and clear it and release it. And the reason this is so important also is because the more we can allow ourselves to be in that space of love, the more we can allow ourselves to be in that space of being Okay, Heather's experiencing chills and a little bit of a headache. They're going to keep pulling it, love. Allow them to keep pulling it. That will feel like I need to cry. That's very normal. When things leave, thank you for sharing that also, Heather, because when things leave us, when they leave us, the emotion also leaves us. And that can be part of it. Oh, I felt an energy. Shailene says she felt it good. Keep it going. It's not done yet. We're going to keep pulling this. We're going to keep allowing it to be pulled from us because listen, it's like keeping. Rebecca says I'm cold. Yeah, Rebecca, I'm freezing too. Thank you, you guys, for letting me know what you're feeling because I'm doing this and I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope they're feeling it. I hope it's working for them. And I'm going to say, it's like I want you to think of this. This is how we're going to do this. If you can close your eyes, great. Close your eyes and do this. If you can't, come back and do it later tonight. If you can close your eyes, let's close our eyes. And I want you to imagine a house full of boxes. All right. You can pick one room. Let's say it's a living room, a kitchen, and it's just a house. It just, that room or the house has boxes in it. And there's nothing in these boxes. There's nothing in them. They're just taking up space. And I want you to imagine a bonfire outside of the home of this house that you're in, a big bonfire. And I want you to just, without thinking about their boxes or what's in them, I want you to start throwing each box into the bonfire and allowing these boxes that you don't need and you don't want and are no longer of service to you. They're just empty boxes. Half of them are wet and rotting and um, they're just old. You could not even pack anything in them and use them. I want you to take these boxes and I want you to throw them in the bonfire one at a time, five at a time. And you're going to notice that some of these boxes are flying into the bonfire on their own. They're just going into the bonfire, flying there on their own. And even if you try to grab them and keep them, you cannot. They're done. It's over. They're like a bird that has been damaged and then healed and is ready to get back out into the wild. So we're going to let all these boxes and you can just push a pile of boxes into that bonfire and allow them to burn and burn and burn and burn down to ash. Just allow them to burn down to ash. And as they burn down to ash, as these boxes just burn to nothingness, there's going to be a light breeze that comes through and takes the ash, the little bit of dust, and takes it and blows it away. And as it blows away, it takes all that caused this, all that kept this, every ounce of it, it takes it, releases it, removes it, and moves it on. And as it does, when all the ash is gone, this will be gone. A big load will have been lifted from you. All these emotions, all these feelings, all this anger will be healed, released, and gone. And this breeze that comes and takes it just gently releases it from you. And then you make sure every box is in this bonfire, every single box. Put it in the bonfire and allow it to go because here's the thing. Up until today, life could have been like this, beyond your control, because of things that have happened with you, to you, against you, because of things that have happened to somebody else. But today forward, life can be completely different, and it's okay to be okay. It's okay to be okay. If you're okay, it doesn't mean you didn't love that person. It doesn't mean you don't miss that person. It's okay. It doesn't mean that thing didn't happen. It doesn't mean your life didn't fall apart. What it means is you survived and then you were able to thrive and you were able to live again. And that is the thing that while we are here, we have to be in a space where we are actually living and capable of loving. Because if we suffer while we're here, the only thing that does is make our life a suffrage. It makes our life painful. And if we have to be here for a certain amount of time, 1 day, 1 year, 10 years, 50 more years, don't get overwhelmed. It's okay. We want those years to be filled with love and light and to be okay. To just be okay, just to not have to feel like you're struggling to make it through that day, to feel like I just can't take even another breath. We want that we want that life to be having to be okay, and then to maybe be happy, and then to be filled with joy, because we deserve that. We absolutely deserve it. And we deserve that as long as we are here, we can be love and we can have love and we can be in that space. So take those boxes and put them in that bonfire and let those boxes burn. And I'm hearing that song, "Burn, baby, burn, disco inferno." So please put those boxes in that bonfire. Put every single box, allow it to go in that bonfire. Let it allow it to burn to ash, to nothingness, and allow it to be done. And that doesn't mean we don't remember. That doesn't mean we didn't care. We just don't have to carry this cross or bear this burden any longer. We've paid the penance, if you will, and now we can move on. It doesn't mean there won't be a little feeling, but it does mean we are allowed to have some joy and some happiness in our life. We are allowed to live and be okay and to be in a space that is filled with joy and light and love. We are allowed that. So every single box, put it in that fire, allow it to burn to nothing, because these are very old emotions, very old, very, very old feelings, very, very old experiences. And it doesn't take away from anything except for the negativity, the things that we no longer need. So when that's done, you can open your eyes. And if you were not able to do this now, you can come back and listen to this again and do it fully when you can really sit down and close your eyes and get into throwing all those boxes out and letting it go. um, okay, you guys. In order to help this planet, and everybody says, I want the planet to be at peace. I want the planet to be at love. It starts with us. Everything starts within us and then expands outside of us. And just like when we're having the most beautiful day and we're happy, the people we run into, the people we see are all smiling and happy. When we're in a good space and our home is in a good space and that frequency is raising, and I'm not saying it's easy. We start one day at a time. We just do it one day at a time. Then when we're there, our home is there. And then it can expand outside of our home to wherever we go or whatever we think about. And I hope this was helpful for everybody. Anybody who wants to say any last things, you can unmute yourself and go ahead and add anything you'd like to add at this point? If there is anything.
My goodness, I think everybody on here, and I think you did a whole reading on me, and you just knew me from one day to another.
Oh, sweetie, you are so welcome, and it's my pleasure. And we're here every Tuesday at noon, and we invite you to come back and join us and have those experiences with us, love.
Thank you so much. I appreciate everyone, and my condolences to everyone who's had a loss. And
you too, sweetie, you too. And I think if you listen to this and last Tuesdays a couple of times, you're gonna find yourself in a place of peace, or just allowing yourself to have joy in your life again. And I'm not saying that get over it, or the things. What I am saying is it's okay to survive what we thought we couldn't. And it's even okay to thrive from that. It's even okay. And let's go one more step. It's okay to take the thing that defined us, the theme that we thought our life was, and turn it into something that is helping others survive. So, for example, starting a podcast that will help others talk about their loss and talk about their how they've gone through this life, and it's been one thing after another, and just starting that podcast, Shailene, or whomever's listening, that allows people to come on and say the things they never got to say because their family couldn't hear it, because maybe their family was going through it or wanted to move on. Yes, help others. And that, Shailene, may be part of it may not be part of your destiny, but it may be part of your destiny. And those who need you will find you. Just like you found us today, those who need you will find you.
And the thing is, what was so hard though was the fact by the time I was able to see my daughter died in January. I wasn't able to see her body until the end of February. By the time they allowed me to see her body, half of her face and everything was disintegrated. So I got to see half of what was my daughter and half what was not. You understand? So I think that was one of the biggest things that was really that really affected me in my eyesight. You understand what I mean? Eyesight.
Yes.
And then it was just blocking everything, and I just had all blockage when it came to anything trying to hear, like, Shailene, forgive yourself, Shailene, get past this. I had like grapes put in my ears. I wasn't hearing nothing because I was just eating myself up with the guilt. I was blaming myself. I was putting everything on me because of my situation, and so these months, like, my daughter's birthday just passed on the 25th of November. She passed away the January 25th. So these next 3 months, every year are the 3 months, and I don't want to recur another 3 months like that.
Sweetie, first and foremost, I think every single person that ever listens to this would not be able to handle seeing the visual that you saw of your daughter in the way you saw her. Second, going through the holidays when we've lost someone we love, like my mom and my little dogs. I don't have children, but my mom and my little dogs were so much of, my mom kept the holidays together and kept the family together. And when she passed, after the first couple of holidays, everybody just did their own thing. And so that's, when we go through the holidays, whether it was that situation or a different situation, anybody we lost, we think more about them through the holidays. And it's so difficult to get through the holidays without them. I still think about the things, like every once in a while I'll see something and go, "Oh my god, my mom would love that. She would absolutely love that." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, she would." And wherever she is, I'm sure she's enjoying it. But the point is, it's so difficult, November, December, January, to get through those 3 months, and even sometimes Easter, and be okay because of the amount of sadness and sorrow from the people that we love. And I am going to do a Christmas connection show, you guys, where we can just connect with our loved ones on the other side. I just need their first name and their relationship to you during the show, and I will connect with them and bring them messages for you. And Shailene's, the one thing, is her name pronounced Celia?
Celia.
Celia. I'm sorry, I'm not good with accents or dialects,
Yes.
but I am going to tell you the one thing that she is saying, and that she wants you to know, is it's not your fault. There's nothing you could have done to change this outcome. It's something she agreed upon before she came into this world. And she always had a knowing. And if you think about this, she had a knowing she was going to go in some sort of weird way, and she knew she wasn't going to live long. She really did know that, and she wants you to know that, sweetie. She really wants you to understand that. And she says, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. She plays with your hair all the time. She plays with your hair all the time, and she just wants you to know. She's like, I'm she's singing this crazy song that does, it's not going to make sense, but it is going to make sense. I'm still standing. And so she's still standing. She's there with you. And she's saying, she's okay. So that is for yeah, that makes sense. And like, you're still, oh, okay, I got it. You're still standing. Shailene, you're still standing. No, like, you're supposed, I love that. You've got the goosebumps. She wants you to know that you're still standing, and don't let anything knock you down. Um, and she's just saying that you're going to, it's time. She said, that's like, it's time for me to fly. She's saying it's time for you to fly. Mama, it's time for you to fly. It's time for you to spread your wings and fly. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So, you guys, I just want to say again, and Shailene, I hope that helped you a little bit, but I am going to do a show, Christmas Connections, which will help everybody. That show is going to only be dedicated to connecting with loved ones. I'm going to do it, I think, on Christmas Day, because I was going to do it Christmas Eve, but I think too many people are busy on Christmas Eve. But you guys let me know, because I'm doing it for you. So tell me, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, when's better for you? And then on New Year's Day, I'm doing a out with the old, in with the new meditation healing thing, like we've been doing, but it's everything. We're letting go of everything that has not worked up until now, and then bringing in, this is the beautiful part, bringing in what we want. And this is how we're going to start the New Year's. And that's on New Year's Day. So, yes, so that's what I would say. And you guys, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, so couple quick things. Pat, there are two. Hey, Peter G. There are two shows. There are two things listed, Messages from Above, but then the other one is Psychic Medium Tony G. And if you go to Podbean and you go to live, and then you search, I'll pop up. That's one way to do it. Otherwise, you can follow the links that Rebecca puts in, and that will lead you right to Podbean also. Okay, love? Now, I'm also going to be on the Peter G Show New Year's Eve and Christmas Eve. So you guys can join us there for fun and entertainment. And I'm sure I'll be connecting people during those shows. Also, I want to go over next week's question. I have not read it yet, but I'm going to read it now. I'm trying to read it silently before I read it aloud because I know my reading skills are not as strong as they could be. So, Christmas Day. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Now, Shailene says, now the cork is off. My goodness. Christmas Day, anytime is good. Okay, here's the question for next week. What if we are a small spark of the whole? And what if we are seeking, what if we are seeking is being part of the whole again? Oh, I missed a whole word there. I don't know. Okay, what if we are a small spark of the whole? And what we are seeking is being part of the whole again. Got it. I understand now. Hard to believe I wrote this, right? Okay, what if we are a small spark of the whole, which I believe we are. We're a small spark. If you believe in God, the universe, we are a small spark of that. And that's what we come from, what we return to. And what we are seeking is being part of the whole again. And, this is what I'm going to say. In seeking that being part of the whole again, we sometimes reach to other humans or other beings here to fill that void, and then we are left sad and disappointed sometimes because they cannot give us that feeling or that being whole again. But what if, and I'm just going to go one step further, I'm looking at the question after that. What if, and I'm just going to say, what if being part of the whole again means being whole with you, in you, with you and in you, being whole as you. What if that is that? What if that's it? Thank you, Rebecca, so much for helping Pat. I'm here every Tuesday at noon. Next Tuesday, I read the question. If you don't understand it, I apologize, and I take responsibility for that. I will be back Monday at noon with Q&A, and Tuesday with the next question in What If, a Transformational Guide. Thank you, Rebecca, for putting that in there, too. Okay, you guys, I love you so much. Have an amazing week and weekend. If I can, I will do a pop-up show. If I cannot do a pop-up show, I for sure will see you on Monday. Until then, have an absolutely amazing rest of the week. Thank you so much.